Have you ever thought about starting your own business? Um, it's something, of course, I have done with Tower English in a very small way. It's a very small business. But I don't know if people in Japan dream of starting their own business. Some people do. What kind of business would you have? And would it succeed? Would you be successful? These are questions you have to think about if you are thinking about starting a business or doing that. And I read a book. The reason I ask, I read a book recently called The Millionaire Fast Lane by M.J. DeMarco, an American guy. He had some interesting points, though. Even if you don't want to be a millionaire, but just to have a successful business, he made some interesting points, and he calls it the sense framework. Sense is the CENTS, like dollars and cents. There are 100 cents in $1. But each letter stands for something. So the C in sense stands for control. The E stands for entry. Anyway, he's got 5 points here that if you ever think about a business, they're actually they're probably true. Okay, the first one is control. You must have control of all key areas of your company, or else you'll never make big money. You'll end up working for somebody else who does have the control. So that's, for example, a franchise. Do you know what a franchise is? Most McDonald's are franchises. If you buy a franchise or a 7-Eleven, or there are many, many businesses like that. And what they are franchises, the big money is made by the central office. So the main McDonald's, because even if you own the business, even if you own the local McDonald's, you have to buy the McDonald's hamburgers from the McDonald's shop, and they have to follow all the rules. So you don't really control that business. Tower English, I have complete control. I don't have to pay any money to anybody to run Tower English. So that's good. So control is very important in business. Okay, then the next one is entry. I've written here, you cannot succeed in a field, in an area where everyone is doing it already. There must be some restriction on entry. So, if you want to be, a waiter, waiters don't make very much money. Why not? Because it's very easy to become a waiter. You can be trained in one day and you're ready to go. It's better to be an English teacher. It takes more than one day of training. So that's a better thing, So if you try and do something that you love, well, that's great. But you may have to be exceptional, really, really good. For example, if I want to be, I love painting and drawing, but in order to be successful there, I'd have to be really, really good, a really good painter, which I'm not. So probably better for me to stick to being a teacher. Okay, so that's control and entry. Must be, you have to have. It must be difficult to enter that field. Then the next one I think is the most important. Need. Businesses that solve needs win. Excuse me. Needs can be any kind of unsolved problems. So no one cares about your selfish desires, but they do care about their own selfish desires. So that's why do what you love only works if your love solves a need. What? So if I want to start a business, or because I like drawing pictures, I'm going to start a drawing picture business. Well, that's probably not going to succeed because nobody really needs my pictures. That's why being an English teacher is a better job, certainly for me. People need to speak English in business and in schools. So that's a good business for me. They don't need my pictures. So when you think about a business, there has to be a need. People need something, right? Okay, then there's another one here, time. A business attached to your time is just a job. Now, so what that means is if you can make something, if you can separate time away from how much you get paid, then you'll make lots of money. This is a difficult idea. For example, another reason waiters don't get much is that they're paid for their time, right? And you only have 24 hours a day. So the maximum, and you can't work all 24 hours. The maximum you could do, I don't know, 18 hours. But that's a limit. The amount of time. Now, imagine if you're an author, a writer of a book, you could write one book and then sell that book to 1 million people, 1,000 people. Okay, it takes a long time to write the book, but once you've made it, you can still make money from it even when you're no longer working on it. That's the idea of separating money from time. This is where Tower English is not so good, because I still get paid by how many lessons I teach, which is limiting. So I can't be super rich unless I made videos of myself and sold the videos. There's an idea. Okay, so that's time. And then the last one is scale. If you can sell to millions, you will make millions. Or a smaller number, but you charge a larger amount. So instead of 1 million customers, if I have only 1,000 customers, but I charge, if I have products that cost $10,000, I will be a millionaire. Hooray! But that's why movie stars are millionaires, because they're selling to millions of people. That's why very good pop singers are millionaires, and why even good English teachers like me are not millionaires. Okay, so here we go. So that's the sense idea. Okay, I got 3 questions. Right, number 1. Do you think it's better to start a business or join a company as an employee? Number 2, is it better to do something you love but can't make much money at, or do something you don't really love, you don't care much about, but you can be rich? Impossible to answer, isn't it? But those are the 2 opposites ideas. And number 3, can you think of any needs that aren't being met by existing companies? Any big need? Oh, I wish there was a company that made something. If you can think of a need, would you start a business to solve that need? These are difficult ideas, but this is all about making business. Another word for that is entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is somebody who starts their own business. Anyway, excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. Got a frog in my throat. Okay, have a think about these ideas, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, thank you very much. Let me press stop on here. La, 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 la.